Hey, what's up, guys? Coming out back video. Today I'm going to do my What If series. What if Naruto had two twin sisters? Part 13. So, in the last part, in part 12, there, we see the Leaf Village getting attacked by the Sound Ninja and the Sand Ninja there. Mostly one is getting attacked there. We see Orochimaru was taking on the third Okage there. He was not going after Sasuke, but he was also going after Naruto or Ruko there and stuff like that. So technically, he was going after both of them and stuff. Um, Mostly when that was going on with that stuff there, technically Sasuke was they were going after Sasuke there. Mostly they attacked. Um, Mostly not attack them, but mostly they go after Sasuke there. Sasuke gets his ass kicked by Gaara. Technically, Naruto, Naruto, and Naruto have arrived there. Technically, Naruto um, was using his Uzumaki Mirage against Gaara there, and mostly Naruto and Naruto does do their Naruto and Naruto do their summoning jutsus there. Mostly Naruto and Naruto actually jump into the Nine Tails and biting, mostly flanking Shikaku there. Naruto punches him in the face there, knocking him out. And mostly was talking about the darkness inside of him. And mostly the Horokage Tenma died there, and also um, uh, mostly dies there, and they said their stuff was ahead. So that was in part 12 there. Mostly I'm gonna make put in a disclaimer that I'm gonna be pretty short on those. So let's go into part 13 there. So the uh, so here goes there. Mostly we have to start with Jiraiya talking to Akashi there. Mostly he was talking to Akashi there and stuff like that. He's like, well, Akashi there. Technically, mostly they announced me to be the fifth Hokage there and stuff like that. They're like, wait, why they announced you to be the fifth Hokage there and stuff? He's like, well, technically, he's like, I don't really want this job there. He's like, it's really not for me and stuff like that. That's what Dry was saying. He's like, well, technically, it's not for me, Kashi. I'm not gonna finish up my novels there in AKA his research. We all know about that. He's not gonna finish up his research in his novels there if he becomes the fifth Okage there and stuff like that. So he actually was saying stuff about that to Akashi there, and he's like, well, he's like, oh well, and stuff like that. He's like, well, there is a person I might try to go to find there to actually fit that role. Well, so he was talking about Tsunade. He's like, well, there's a person there, Kashi, actually in that role there. He's like, what type of that role it is? He's like, well, technically it is mostly the role he was talking about. He's like, well, I'm gonna try to find the Hailing Ninja like Tsunade. There's mostly filling up that role there. So he turns it down like in the original series and tries to find Tsunade. Mostly, also he was telling Nakashi there, he's like, well, there's a Roba game there. He's trying to go after all tail beasts and stuff like that. And mostly the biggest one they're trying to go after is the Nine Tails there. And then mostly he was like, wait, the Nine Tails and stuff like that? He's like, yes. Mostly Naruto and Naruto are the biggest prize the Akatsuki are going after and stuff because they both have Nine Tails in them and stuff. He's like, really, and stuff like that. He's like, well, we need to mostly watch out for Naruto and Naruto. He's like, I will take Naruto and Naruto under my wing there, so they can mostly fully control the Fox's chakra there, and stuff like that. So he's like, how about Sasuke? He's like, well, I can let you have Sasuke underneath your hands and stuff like that, Kashi, and stuff. So technically, we go into the ramen shop there. Mostly the next day, mostly Naruto, Naruto, and Naruto were at the ramen shop there eating ramen and stuff. Technically, Jiraiya comes in. He's like, "You ready to go, Naruto?" He's like, "Yeah, Perseus, let's do this," and stuff like that. He's like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna have one of your sisters come with us. Hey, Naruto, just come with us." She's like, "Wait, you know my name and stuff like that?" He's like, "Yes, I know your name and stuff like that, Naruto." And then mostly, Aruko was like saying, Okay, I know you're Naruto's teacher there, but I heard stuff about you there. You're mostly like a pervert there and stuff like that. And then he's like, "Oh, come on," and stuff like that. I just like, I don't want my sister going with you and stuff like that. That's what Aruka was actually saying. Aruka was actually saying. He's like, "Oh yeah, I can understand there. You're the older sibling there and stuff like that. That's fine there, but I'm gonna teach your brother a new jutsu there and stuff like that." And then Naruto and Naruto are like, or they're like, "Oh yeah, new jutsu." Naruto's like, "Come on, sis, you need to let me go." She's like, "Okay, fine there. If you go, I have to go with you guys and stuff like that." She's like, "Okay, thank you," and stuff like that. And then he's like, "Okay, let's head off." So technically, Naruto, Naruto, Haruko, and Jiraiya were like they left the village and stuff like that. Mostly the Itachi and Kisame come into the village there. Plays out the same there, minus like they're technically going after Naruto and Naruto there. Mostly Kashi was facing Itachi there and stuff like that. He still plays out the same on that. And then mostly Akash was taking Tachan. He's like, "What do you want there?" He's like, and Natasha's like, "Well," he's like, "You're going after the Uchiha's power there," and he's like, "No." He's like, "I'm not going after the Uchiha's power there. I'm going after something big there. I'm going after the fourth Hokage's legacies." And he's like, "You're not going after Sasuke. You're going after Naruto and Naruto, right?" He's like, "Correct. I'm going after them," and stuff like that. Those two weren't the Akatsuki really once there and stuff like that. He's like, and mostly it plays out the same. Roughly, it plays out the same now. Uh, Toch or technically Akashi was in the hospital there. Technically, Sasuke runs into the room there. He's like, "Akashi Sensei, what happened to you?" No, and he was not actually explaining there and stuff like that. He's like, "What actually happened to you, Akashi?" and stuff like that. He's like, and then a random ninja comes in. He's like, Itachi Uchiha was here, and he's going after Naruto and Naruto. And he's like, Sasuke, he's like, "Wait, he's going after Naruto and Naruto," and he's like, yeah." Mostly he was running. He's like, "I have to find them and stuff like that." So technically, he was trying to find them and stuff. He asked the shop owner there, saying, mostly he was saying something about this to the shop owner. He's like, "What happened to Naruto and Narco?" He's like, "Well, he went with that old man Jiraiya there, but also, uh, the also." Ruko's with them and stuff, and stuff. He's like, "Wait, Ruko's with them and stuff." He's like, "Oh man," and stuff like that. So technically, Sasuke chases down. He was like trying to chase down trying to chase down Itachi there. He's like, "I'm coming at you, big brother," there and stuff like that. And mostly when that was going on with that, there we see. Oh, sorry. We see Jiraiya was actually saying, he's like, "Well, there." They made it to the town there. He's like, "Well, we might try to find somebody here we're trying to look for and stuff." Oh yeah. I'll say I need you all your money there, but all three of your money is like, wait, why you need all three of your money? So technically, Naruto gives his money away, Naruto gets her money away, and Aruko gets her money away. Mostly, I'm gonna say he takes all three of their money. He takes all three of their wallets there. I'm gonna say Naruto and Naruto actually have foggy wallets also. I might see that also. Or or Naruto and Aruko actually have froggy wallets also and stuff like that. They're like, "Wait, you took our wallets away," and stuff like that. And he's like, "Haha, sucker," and stuff like that. And then he's like, "God damn it," and stuff like that. And mostly Naruto and Naruto might be totally different there. They mostly Naruto, and Naruto, or technically it might be totally different there. It might be like they just hang around and stuff like that, playing games and all that stuff there. Um, just hanging around the village and stuff like that until they meet in the tavern there. Mostly Dry was just chilling in the tavern there. They're like, "Oh, there you are," and stuff like that. And Naruto's like, I knew it. You're spitting on women there and stuff like that. He's like, calm down, Naruto, and stuff like that. He's like, oh, come on, and stuff like that. And then we see this guy. He's like, hey, buddy, you forgot to pay my tab there. He's like, calm down, sir, and stuff like that. He's like, I don't want to calm down and stuff like that. And then mostly he's like, he's like, all three of you watch, and then he does the Rasengan, hits the guy with the Rasengan, make him go flying across the room. He smashes against the wall. They're like, wait, you hit that guy like a pinwheel, and he's like, yeah. And then Jiraiya's like, yeah, this is the jutsu I'm gonna teach you there and stuff like that. They're like, oh, this is cool there and stuff like that. And he's like, yeah. So technically, they go to the room there. They're mostly Naruto, and Naruto are technically working on their chakras there and stuff like that in the room, in the hotel room and stuff. When technically Sasuke there, he was asking the villagers saying where is Naruto, or Naruto, and Naruto there, and mostly gets to the end there, and then he's like, wait, what happened there? Sasuke was actually saying, he's like, you find three, and he's like, you find three of these people there and stuff like that. He's like, oh yeah, they're next door. And then he opens up the door. He's like, Naruto, and Ruko. And then mostly it was just a random family, or what the fuck and stuff like that. He's like, oh man, they're not here. So, and then mostly Itachi knocks on the door, and then Naruto opens it. And he's like, huh. The night. He's like, huh. Naruto Uzumaki, please come with us there and stuff. And then Naruto's like, wait, who's at the door, Naruto? And mostly she walks like, wait, what is that? The shotgun and stuff. And Naruto's like, yeah, and so he's like, oh, nice, two a price of one. Please come with us, Naruto and Naruto. And then Ruko was like, she's like, stay away from my burned sister. And then she's like, oh. Kisame is like, oh, red hair there. Without that clan has been wiped out there. That's what Kisame was actually saying. And he's like, yes. And Natasha's like, yes, that clan has been wiped out. Why has one survived there and stuff like that? We don't 100% know. So we should take her also there. And then he's like, no. Our main goal is to go after Naruto and Naruto there. And mostly Naruto and Naruto about to step out. And Ruko's like, no, guys, don't go with them and stuff like that. And then mostly we come down there, big brother and stuff. And then he's like, who is that, Itachi? That's what Kisame is saying. And he's like, my little brother. He's like, I want to see you die. And then mostly does his Chidori coming right at Itachi, and he grabs his arm. He's like, you have a little bit warm. And stuff like that. And then he mostly slams against all Naruto, and then Naruto, and Naruto are like, no, Sasuke. And then he's like, well, and then he mostly shows him Itachi was about to show him there. Naruto and Naruto are building up the chakra there. Kisame swipes the the Nine-Tails chakra away. They're like, wait, what? And stuff. And then Ruko's like, she was like, Shadow Striking Snake, and mostly trying to do it. King. And mostly Kisame cuts off her snakes. She's like, wait, what? And stuff like that. he's like, wow, I can't believe this and stuff like that for it. And then mostly Itachi shows Sasuke all the Uchihas massacre and all that stuff there. And then they're like Sasuke, no, and stuff. And they're like, please cut both of their legs there. Something like that. He's like, what? Probably mostly gonna try and cut Naruto and Naruto's legs off. And Naruto trying to stump something like, she's like, I'm not gonna let them hurt you. He's like, fine, you're gonna be dead no matter what. So he tries to throw it. And mostly we see Dry comes in. He's like, well, I know you three of you were in trouble there and stuff like that. And they're like, oh, Pervy Sage and stuff. And then they're like, oh, the Master Jiraiya is here and stuff like that. And then Kisame and Itachi like, who is this? Kisame is like, who is this clown? Itachi is like, well, stuff like that. And he's like, take this. And then mostly he does the Dark Swan, or he does the the mountain toad thing there. And he's like, you're both under the belly of the mountain toad there, and stuff like that. And so technically, Sasuke gets sucked into the mountain toad there and stuff like that. He does that in the original series. I can't say original series, and mostly Kisame, technically, Itachi and Kisame get out of there. He does his honor Sarasu there, and burns the Toad's mouse, and they escape. And mostly Tachi or Kisame is like, well, we're not going to go after our prizes there. He's like, Tachi's like, well, there's too many. We don't have no thing there and stuff like that. So technically they go off there. Sasuke is still kind of fucked up from the Tsukumomi there. So he's totally fucked up there and stuff like that. When so mostly we see Guy there, does it there. He's like, take this to my entry. Boom. He's like, he's like, you idiot, and stuff like that. And then technically he drop kicks guy, or technically drop kick strike guy, technically drop kicks him. He's like, you idiot, and stuff like that. He's like and stuff. So they were talking about that there. He's like, well, I can, and technically guy's like, well, I can take, he's like, I can take Sasuke back to the village. Oh, wait, Naruto, mostly I have some gifts for you. Mostly they hand, like, Lee's uniform there. They're like, Naruto's like, he's like, oh, this is freaking cool there, and stuff like that. And Naruto and Naruto are like, yeah, thanks. And they're like, yeah, that's not our style there. He's like, oh, okay, later, and stuff like that. And they mostly go on in their ways there. So that's where the what if ends there. So, yep, comment, rate, and response to most. We like most. Please subscribe. Hit the bell notification on several uploads of my live streams. Comment, response to most. I cut out. Out of peace.